age where beauty could be a curse. One young girl's charm would awaken envy, betrayal, and destiny. This is the story of Sáira, the girl the spirits favored.
In a land where stories were passed from mouth to mouth and names carried the weight of destiny, there lived a girl the village could never ignore. Her name was Sáira. From the day she was born, the elders said the spirits had lingered too long when shaping her. Her eyes held quiet warmth, her smile softened hardened hearts, and her presence alone seemed to calm restless air. People did not simply call her beautiful. They called her the girl the spirits favored. But favor, as the ancestors warned, always invites envy. Sáira lived with her mother at the edge of Vale, a humble village surrounded by forests thick with secrets. They were not rich, but they lacked nothing that truly mattered. Sáira helped her mother weave cloth, fetch water, and tend the small garden behind their home. She greeted everyone with kindness, even those who barely returned her smile. Among the village girls, 3 watched Sáira closely. Mirel, sharp-tongued and proud, Tova, quiet but bitter, and Kesh, whose laughter always came a moment too late. They whispered when Sáira passed. They mocked her behind closed doors, and when she looked their way, they smiled sweetly, hiding their resentment like a blade under cloth. Sáira noticed the distance, the coldness masked as politeness. Yet she chose hope over suspicion. Loneliness weighed heavier on her heart than caution. Her mother, however, saw what Sáira refused to. "My child," she warned one evening as the fire crackled between them, "not every hand extended is meant to help you stand. Some pull you closer only to push you down." Sáira listened, but her heart resisted the words. She wanted friendship. She wanted to believe kindness was returned simply because it was given. Then came the announcement that changed everything. The village drums thundered at dusk, calling everyone to the square. The king's messenger stood tall and declared that the Prince of Adoran would host a ceremonial gathering. From across the land, maidens would attend, not to be judged by beauty alone, but by character, grace, and spirit. A future queen would be chosen. Excitement swept through Vale like wildfire. Mothers prepared their daughters, dreams were whispered into the night, but fear settled into jealous hearts. Mirel, Tova, and Kesh knew the truth they would never admit aloud. If Sáira attended, none of them would matter. They met in secret beneath the old fig tree, bitterness thick in their voices. They spoke of unfairness, of how some were born favored while others were forgotten, and slowly their envy twisted into something darker. A plan formed. The next day, they approached Sáira with laughter and warmth she had never known from them before. They apologized for past cruelty, blaming youth and foolishness. They spoke of traditions, of a walk through the forest maidens took before great events to cleanse their spirits. Sáira hesitated. Her mother's warning echoed faintly in her mind, but hope spoke louder. She agreed. The forest swallowed them as they walked deeper, the sunlight thinning between towering trees. The path grew unfamiliar. Sáira slowed, unease creeping into her chest. Then it happened. The ground vanished beneath her feet. Sáira fell into darkness, her scream tearing through the trees before silence closed in. Pain shot through her body as she landed hard at the bottom of an abandoned pit once used for trapping animals. She looked up and saw 3 faces staring down, not smiling, cold. They turned away without a word, leaving her cries unanswered. Night fell slowly. Alone, injured, and terrified, Sáira wept until her voice gave out. The pit smelled of damp earth and despair. She thought of her mother, of the life she might never return to. Yet even there she prayed. not for revenge, but for survival. When dawn arrived, weak light filtered into the pit. Sáira had almost lost hope when a voice echoed above. A wandering herbalist named Roven had heard faint cries while gathering roots. Shocked by what he found, he pulled Sáira free and wrapped her wounds. Without delay, he took her to the palace. When Sáira stood before the king, the hall fell silent. Her voice trembled, not with anger, but sorrow. She told her story as it was, leaving nothing hidden. The accused girls were summoned. Under the weight of truth, one broke down and confessed. The king's judgment was swift. They were banished from Arrynvale, stripped of belonging, left to carry their envy wherever they wandered. The prince, who had felt unmoved by
every other maiden, looked at Sáira and saw more than beauty. Pause. He saw resilience. Pause. He chose her. Pause. And so the girl the spirits favored became queen, not because she was untouched by cruelty, but because she endured it. Pause. If you enjoyed Sáira's journey, don't forget to hit the like button and share this story with friends who love magic, mystery, and folklore. Like and share. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss another Nigerian folk tale. Tell us in the comments, what would you do if you were Sáira?